you found a letter washed ashore on a beach, would you respond? Obviously, it would kind of need a return address. But now, I personally don't really talk to that many people. But on my road of trying to learn Japanese, I've started talking to several actually native Japanese people. Of course, I've definitely not told them that I have a YouTube channel, but yeah, that's probably for the best. But when I started off, I really did painstakingly go through everything that I wrote, just like Shinpachi. But that was more because there was almost definitely going to be errors in it. But one good aspect of technology now, instead of paper-based, is that I don't believe it's so easy to get misconstrued and think you are trying to spend some alone time, per se. Pulling the one-armed bandit. There's not going to be time for choking the chicken when there's all these messages to be writing. And for once, instead of trying to spank the monkey, let's watch some Gintama. I know I was asking for it for quite a while with new intros and whatnot, but I think it's less the songs that I want changing and just the visuals. But yeah, Shinpachi is out here enjoying his best life. And we haven't really haven't seen any of Hedoro? Is that his name? The green-thumbed delight of a flower shop owner. Ware. And I did see the captain there with his first mate with weaponry pointed at him. Is that going to be a future storyline? Technically it was a picture of Okita and Shinpachi. Just making that clear. Huh? So, they're both guilty. She was quick to prostrate herself. Shinpachi and this girl are too similar. Have some humility. As much as I want to complain about her and Shinpachi, yeah, it rings home far too much for me to actually say anything there. It was only really in the past few years where I've stopped having almost zero confidence in myself. What would you prefer? That one or the one where your glasses are on a tree? Yeah, as long as you're not having a face-to-face meeting. It's just something you're going to have to clear up later on. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed that sound effect for him emerging. Maybe you should change the Japanese architecture to stop him hiding under there. If he needs help stalking, then yeah, then he'd come to you, but... And what happened? Cease and desist? Restraining orders? Oh. Oh. It's like those long lost uncles with a fortune. I need your bank account and card numbers. Gintoki's probably going to stick around until it stops being fun and then leave Shinpachi be. I mean, that's not far from the truth. It's nice to see what what he really thinks of the Yorozura. Depends who you ask. Mostly no. Leave out all the boring, annoying parts and try and find something that you actually like. I mean, not entirely false, kind of. Music appreciation, yeah. He's got kind of actually, yeah, he's not lying. Yeah, that's a storyline that hasn't really been touched for a while. It is a kind of natural way of bringing in the fact that he's got a sister and talking about it, but you might not want to go on to this extent. You seem to be talking about your sister for 90% of the letter you wrote. Are they still listening to him at this point? And there are some very large snowflakes. He started off so well with some of his advice, though. Does it have to be a heartbreaking fashion? To the point. I respect that. Don't get bashful now. Not necessarily. Now you're just going to talk about yourself, aren't you? Oh, God. I'd like to say not entirely incorrect, but I don't want to actually think about it too hard. Yep, ask some questions. Don't just talk about yourself. They have a butler? I want my own personal Sebas. Where's my butler? And therefore has lots of time to write letters posing as other people. I see. Sebastian! Ha! Yeah, good, good. I want to. No, it has to be Sebas. No, I'm not going to settle for Sebastian. Hmm. Well, it's someone who either really cares about her sister or. But yeah, if you have a family member who is ill or frail like that, may not be many people you can talk about it openly with, so why not a stranger that you're in a pen pal relationship with? You know, if we didn't actually know the real reason what's going on. Why are you here, by the way? Were you just turning up to bring Condor back to the Shinsengumi? Huh? Okay, so it's kind of like I can't even remember what they're called because I have no interest in it, but like Scorpios and Taurus and Leos, etc. But for blood type instead. Fun fact, I don't know my blood type. Okay. I can't really enjoy the wordplay, but I can appreciate what they're doing here. Okay. Actually, well done, Gintogi. And how are you going to ruin this? That's how. That's how. He doesn't beat around the bush. He's not going to waste his time. Don't just start it with the end sentence. And please tell me that Gintoki isn't sending these some of these letters first before. That's all he's here for, is to add that sentence. I don't want to hear about anyone being sticky and gooey. Especially since Shinpachi's sister might be delivering their snacks soon. Whoa. You are okay? Why is he so fired up? He doesn't really get to put out such a soft personality all too often, so he's going for it this time. Write it on a spare bit of paper. Oh, well, you whited it out. I know. I think you're overthinking it. Kind of clever if that is the actual reason. A master. That is actually kind of clever. Especially if it's readable on the other side. I don't like how there's 3 grown men giggling like this in the room filled with idle paraphernalia. Yubbit. Oh, you shitty little shit. Bastard. Also, does Japanese handwriting have like you can tell characteristics? Like I can tell my handwriting different to other people. Multi-layered personality. It's almost as if different people wrote it. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are talking about you, so maybe. Where can I get an Elizabeth plushie? Asking for a friend. Somehow it didn't go wrong. I thought Toshiro was in a state of zen then, not going to react to anything. If she wants to meet up, there must be something wrong with the girl. Very thick eyeliner for these guys at the minute. Yes, appreciate your elders. They obviously know what they're on about. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? What are you writing up? What you're ripping up there? Yeah, you wrote it. Ah, yes. The whole meeting. Poor girl. She's frail and sickly. You shouldn't be pulling her about. Does the sister know the content of the letters that was sent, though? Because that might be easily seen through if she doesn't. Oh, then again, is Okuta going to appear? Have they briefed him? At least she does have a caring sister. Even after trying to meet a strange man who would write such deviant things in those letters. Is she going to be able to... Nope! Quick, cheese it! At least sound like you're actually interested in the conversation. Shinpachi desu. Yeah, everything worked out well, didn't it? He can enjoy his date from a distance. Although, yeah, you have ruined it now. You could have just had Shinpachi and it's like, I was in the photo, remember? It's practice for the future. Also, the sister ran off. Is she still in the vicinity? Ugh. Okay. I mean, yes. There's going to be many, many references to poop in Gintama. I've already steeled myself for that. One. Oh, wow, you're really coming up with a failsafe here. Is he going to be able to pull off such an elaborate scheme? Wow, he slipped away for that quite easily. Ah, what a good brother-in-law. But she's gone missing. What? Oh yeah. Oh great! It's a great thing to overhear this. Right, Shinpachi. He could have been talking to the through the radio though. Well, that lie didn't last too long. The good thing is both Shinpachi and the sister have a thing in common, so maybe she can understand that line of thinking. Why he'd want to keep himself, his true self, somewhat hidden. I didn't expect this kind of storyline to have a multi-episode arc. But I do want something nice to work out for Shinpachi for once. He doesn't get the short end of the stick most times. I wonder if his duties at the Otsu fan club are going to be shirked somewhat by this. They are far too common for this to go well. By which I mean they have too much in common. Yeah, words are hard. She immediately prostrated herself and Gomenzai. So Shinpachi is also one to hand out the apologies. But one thing I can say though is having a pen pal, a friend who you'd message every now and again, is fair game. It's nice. It doesn't quite activate that social anxiety aspect that meeting them in person would. I'm not sure I could hold a proper conversation like that straight away, no matter how much I believe that I am a well-adjusted adult. And even if this girl did accept the fact that Shinpachi just didn't want to show his true self and technically was kind of a lie, even if she accepts that and forgives him, and even though she did the same thing, her sister might not be so understanding. She does seem quite protective. But I do know that no matter the outcome, I don't believe Gintama is going to be shaken up all too much, so even if this ends on a good note, we're not going to be seeing all too much of her. Poor Shinpachi. With that, I hope you enjoyed Gintama, because I did. It's nice seeing a slower, more focusing on problems we all may be subjected to at some point or another, compared to the world-saving, turtle-aging stories we had in some other ones. But this is Gintama, so you are definitely going to need a rest. If you don't want to miss anything, stay up to date by subscribing to the channel. I'm not really apprehensive for the future, though, of this, so maybe things don't go wrong. Famous last words. See you there. If you want to help me write letters of fancy to the mysterious beach girl that is my channel, then consider helping me out on Patreon. Because so far Sal, Raywin, HSTR, Dynamite 1997, Aisha Shiwan, ASD, Stinsfire and everyone else have done better than just write "You Get Me Up." Which I'm not sure it would work under any circumstance.